Hello Marvel fans, this is Dan Stevens and I'm bringing you here today some Marvel news on our MCU version of Spider-Man. Now, like there's been a couple of days ago and today there's been a lot of news actually from Kevin Feige talking about our Spider-Man, about the coming to the MCU. You know, he's talking about what they're doing to him, what's gonna what's going on, and what difference they're doing from the other two versions. And there's some 11 informations as he's gave out about this. 11 information. So I thought I'm doing two videos. So I thought I'll do like the first 5 information for this video, and then the last 6 on the for the next video. The only reason I'm doing that because what I'm going to do is I'm going to read them out and I'm going to say what I think about it and say what they're doing there. So I thought we'd get started. Let's get started. What Kevin Feige has been talking about, what the people have been saying to him, and what he's responded back to them. All right, here's our first one. First, what they asked him about is about the actor, what age they're going with, and this is what he said. In terms of the age of the actor, we eventually to cast. I don't know. In terms of the age of what we believe Peter Parker is, I'd say 15 to 16 is right. So what he's saying there, he's saying about I think they're trying to figure out what actor to find, and also that's confirmed. Peter Parker is the start of the Spider-Man, because if you remember, they kept saying about Miles Morales and those other Spider-Mans for the MCU version. So I mean, you can't do it without Peter Parker first, because you gotta have Peter Parker first. So what he's saying at the age 15, I think I'm saying it right. That's 15, and 16. So that's good information to say, because I was preferring that kind of age, you know, because this is the reason why. When I get to the next one, now the other one, he's been talking about the difference for the. He was saying about what's going to be the difference to the other 5 films, you know, what's been out. And this is what Kevin Feige said. We want to play with Spider-Man in high school years because fakely, I don't know if I said it right. Because fakely, I think that's right. There's been 5 Spider-Man films, and the amazing thing about it is each through those been 5 Spider-Man films, there are so many things from the comics that haven't been done yet. So what he's saying is that they want to do this different one. They want to keep him in high school, you know, get a young actor, so then he could be in high school for, I don't know, for 4 or 5 films, how many Spider-Man films they want to do. Also, I want to say this. I think they should do a series as well, really, because so then that will be more time you see him in high school then, because film-wise, you're not gonna, if they're gonna do another one after this, it'll be like. They do like a couple more, like, I don't know, after this one it could be 5 more, I don't know, or 4 more, I don't know, but I don't know how Marvel are doing it, but if it goes like that, there could be at least one like every 2 years, so, or maybe they might, for this second one, they might do it like 3 years, I don't know, but you really don't want to waste these actors a thing, you know what I mean, by, they want to keep this character in high school, so I think they should do a series between the Spider-Man films, like, film, then maybe a series 1, then another film, then another series, you know, so it could fit in then. I think that could work like that. And as he said there, it'll be different from those other ones. So moving on. Oops. Moving on. Another one's asking about the characters wise, you know, about characters, and this is what he said. You know, like supporting and villain characters, but this is what he says. Not just characters or villains or supporting characters, but sides to his character. The most obvious being the young, doesn't quite fit in kid before his powers, and then he fails to put on a mask and swings around and fight bad guys and doesn't shut up, which is something we want to play with and we are excited about. So really, what you can say there is, it's a oh man. That news what he's saying there. So it looks like Spider-Man's going to be that chatting kind of guy, you know, where he says random stuff to make criminals get angry at him, you know, like that kind of character. I mean, we kind of already seen that in cartoon way, cartoon things, but they haven't really kind of done that in movie wise. I mean, they kind of have a little bit, but not like too much kind of wise. But I mean, that's interesting to hear from that really. As he kept saying, young as well, so it looks like they are gonna go with a young. I mean, and I think that's good really. As for me says, not just characters or villains. From the top bit information I said, I think he's talking about the. I think someone might ask him about what they're gonna do with them. You know, how they're gonna fit. You know, what they're gonna do for these characters. You know, I don't know. But anyway, I want to carry on from that bit. Is the other one? He's talking about the. This is what he's on about. Someone said to him. Sorry. Anyway. I think it was midway through the first film that he graduated high school. At the beginning of the second Mars Web film, he graduated high school, and some of my favourite Spider-Man aids, I think that's why, and Spider-Man stories, he's in high school for a lot of it. So what he's saying is he's on about those other two versions, you know, like in the middle of the first Spider-Man film with Tobey Maguire, he graduated high school, as you all want to know by now if you've seen the film. And I mean, it's been out for long, so everyone should see it by now. For the Mark Webb's one, you know, the Andrew Garfield's film, he graduated like in the beginning of the in the second Amazing Spider-Man film, when he graduated high school, and then the rest of the film he was in high school. So that's what they try to say there about what the difference with those ones were, what they did with the high school situation. And also what he said about there's a lot of story, there's some stories of Spider-Man when he's in high school, so they want to focus on that bit. So that's a bit interesting. Yeah, for the last bit on this video, for half of the information. This is what he said. This is also what he said. We want to explore, I think that's right, explore that also makes him very, very different from any of our other characters in the MCU, which is something else we want to explore, how unquiet he is when now put against all those other characters. So what he's saying is they want to try and make him different from the other characters from the MCU, so very, very different from the others. So it's obvious they had to make him different from the others, because that's who Spider-Man is. I mean, he is kind of the same as them, but he ain't got the same personalities as them. Well, he might have some of the same personalities of the others, but what they're saying, they just want to make him very, very different from the other characters in the MCU. And that would be good, really, so we can see. And also looks like they'll try and make him different from those other two film versions, you know. Well, kind of make it the same what they did for the other two, but, you know, keep it like comic book wise, you know. I mean, the other two versions, they kind of did keep it comic book wise, but I think for Marvel, they want to do it 100% comic book wise of what he looked like in the comic book. So, that's when we first part of the information of Spider-Man. Now, before I end this video, I want to talk about the last 2 days I've been watching the new Daredevil series. So I want to say what I think about it was actually good, really. I thought they did a good work on it. I mean, it was very different, you know, with all the violence and everything. It was really bloody in that series. I mean, very dark version, as they said. A dog version of the MCU. Well, showing you a dark version of it, you know. And I think the only one bit I got a complaint is about the costume. I mean, when they said that he was involved in the costume, I thought it'd be around episode 8 or 9, he wears the red costume. But no. If you haven't seen it yet, this is a spoiler. He wears the red costume in the end of a fight scene in episode 13 when he fights Kingpin. And I'm not really proud about it, but it was their choice of how they want to go with the costume, where, you know, when he should wear the costume. But it doesn't matter really. I mean, if he makes his appearance in Civil War, then that'd be good, really. So we can see more of the red costume, you know. Because as you want to know or didn't know, he was involved in Civil War. He was second in command of Captain America's side, you know. He was on Cap's side, you know. He was second in command, and I hope he's in that story, because there was actually rumours about that, you know, when they had to replace Kingpin, and he says he wants to make his appearance in that film. Also, there was rumours around saying about our actor who plays Daredevil, about, he could be making an appearance in that. So I hope that story comes true. So that's my first part done. So I'll be getting my second one on the miss. So I'll see you again soon. Peace.